it wouldn't surprise me if Pacquiao came out and fought you with a lot of movement, circling, moving, trying to dart in and out. So that's standing right in front of you slugging like that. Even if he thought about doing it for a second, he changed his mind about it. I mean, I said, so these are one of the things you have to understand. You can't just prepare to think it's going to be a war, it's going to be a showdown, we're going to bang it out with it. I said, that could change in a second. And then you be still, I said, that's probably what happened in the Cotto fight. You know, you came thinking Cotto was going to come forward and do that gladiator thing, and Cotto realized, hey, I think it's time to do something different again.
Are you guys prepared for if he boxes the way that he did against Oscar, very cautiously, like you just said?
I had to force him in it. I had to tell him, I had to implement that understanding to him. He's like, oh, that's against his nature. He gonna fight me. I said, we prepared if he fights you. I said, what if he don't? I said, this guy get the shaking and his hair get the bouncing and he moving around and they're giving him rounds and no punches been thrown yet. This guy just his energy. If you guys ever paid, if everybody here has seen the Hagler-Ray Leonard fight, I always said the masterful thing that Leonard did in that fight was make the world watch him. When you think about that fight, you didn't even look over at Hagler. You watch Leonard the entire fight. You watch Leonard move. You watch Leonard dart in and out. You watch Leonard, and that's what Pacquiao does. Pacquiao makes you watch Pacquiao. You almost forget there's another guy in there. So, and judges are just human beings. You know what I mean? And then you look up on the screen and they replay Pacquiao throwing a straight left hand. You're like, damn, they got the only punch he landed that round. But that's the one they replaying. And we're human beings, man. We're just human beings. Every judge, everybody's just a human being. That's all we can be. You know what I mean? But this guy creates that. He creates that kind of energy when you look over there. Some guys, Hector Camacho, some guys did it with outfits. You know what I mean? This guy does it with that energy. When he's bouncing around, you say, if you got one guy here and one guy like this, you're watching that hand. And that's what Pacquiao does. You know what I mean? So it's not until you snap him or stop him somewhere like you saw Margarito on the ropes to where people can then see, oh, Pacquiao just got hit. And this is what Shane's going to have to do. He's going to have to eliminate some of that. He's going to have to contain that energy and not let it be all over him. And I feel like we got a great game plan in place for that. I really do.
Are body shots going to be important? Margarito seemed to get to Pacquiao with body shots. Is that an element for you guys are going to take advantage of?
When we keep talking about Margarito and the body shots, they're talking about a particular round, like I said, when he got caught in the ring divide. Pacquiao could have slid away from that shot, but he got trapped into the ring divide and they pulled him back into the left ring. So Margarito didn't create that. That was, it would be like Pacquiao tripping and then Margarito hitting him. You can't base a game plan around a guy might trip in the ring. You know, I got to go on things that I've seen happen that we can create and make happen. We can't rely on this guy making mistakes and then we capitalize on him. We have to force him to make mistakes. And this is what I tell Shane, I don't get the luxury to sit back and say, well, maybe he'll drop his hand. You know, if I haven't seen him dropping his hand, I can't assume he will. You know, yeah, everybody's been talking about Pacquiao bodies, and I've seen guys go to his body. Shane's a great body puncher. There's no way we're not going to implement that into our game plan. You know, it's absolutely necessary. But I have to think from this perspective. I have to assume that Pacquiao has to know that too. You know, so one of the things I look at is it's something that I've watched in Pacquiao fights that I haven't seen him change. I've seen it when he was younger. I've seen it in older fights. And in that, it makes me say that's an idiosyncrasy. That's something he can't just change overnight. That's something that's going to show up in the fight. Even if they worked on it, that's still going to show up. And then I have to try to take advantage of that.